the Newton High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Please welcome our current members of the National Honor Society. Our inductees this evening and highlight some of their accomplishments. Please hold your applause until all of the names have been called. Alex is a member of the cross-country, swim, and track teams. He is also the trumpet section leader in brass ensemble, honors wind ensemble, honors county band, and jazz band A. He is a lifeguard for the New Jersey State Parks and frequently volunteers at Barks Animal Shelter. Haley Lest. Haley spends her time being a proud member of FFA, Peer Leaders, French National Honor Society, and Hope Squad. She is also the head boys lacrosse team manager. She has volunteered many hours as a big in the Big Brother Big Sister program for the kids at Halstead. She has also spent multiple hours as a volunteer cheer coach for the Youth Football League. Simon Henry. Simon is a member of the track team, Umoja, Bible Club, and Honors Choir. He volunteers numerous hours at his church and his local library. Madison Martell. Madison is a member of the Newton Lenape Valley swim team. She is an active member of Newton High School's FBLA chapter, where she has served as treasurer for the past 3 years. Madison volunteers with the Weekend Bag program and Newton Recreation Sports and has participated in fundraising activities supporting the Alzheimer's Association and the Sherry Network. Addison Hardin. Addison is the president of the NHS chapter of both Future Business Leaders of America and the National Technical Honor Society. She is a very active member of the performing arts, serving as both the guard captain and the conducting drum major of the marching band, as well as section leader of the NHS Honors Choir and a cappella group, Harmonics. Patrick McCoy. Patrick is a member of the track team and a Taekwondo black belt. He has over 300 volunteer hours and is the head instructor at his Taekwondo dojang. Bella is a varsity athlete in cross-country, ski racing, and track and field. She is an active member of FFA, FBLA, Hope Squad, Peer Leaders, and the Archery Club. She is the FFA reporter, National Technical Honor Society reporter, and the co-president of the National Spanish Honor Society, and the ski team girls captain. Edward Muldoon. Edward is an Eagle Scout, a member of the Chess Club, eSports, and TSA. He has volunteered many hours helping grow the community through Scouts. Gittle Friedman. Gittle is a member of the Honors Wind Ensemble and a returning competitive jazz band member as a saxophone player. She is also a member of the Spanish National Honor Society. Brianna Murray. Brianna is a triathlete involved in tennis, wrestling, and lacrosse, and is an active in Bible Club, FFA, and Peer Leaders. She has also volunteered many hours at her local church. Samantha Ducharme. Samantha is captain of the girls' tennis team, a part of the girls' ski team, and an active member of peer leaders, best buds, and pass it along. She has volunteered many hours at FMB elementary school events. Shrey Patel. Shrey is a member of the Newton High School's golf team and was named Athlete of the Month. Shrey volunteers with Project Self-Sufficiency in the local food bank program. Shrey is also an osteosarcoma survivor and through his experience has worked to improve the patient experience for future patients. Sarah is a member of the NHS choir and participates in the plays and musicals in the NHS drama department. She has volunteered many hours at soup kitchens, pie baking, and a volunteer group, Reading Buddies, which she supervises. Anthony Qualia. Anthony is a Boy Scout, a member of the cross-country team, winter track team, spring track team, FFA, and is a peer leader. Meadow is a member of the girls' varsity field hockey team and Center Court Field Hockey Club, where she has received numerous awards for her abilities. She is also involved in the Science League, French Club, French Honor Society, Light the Candle, Hope Squad, Peer Leader Steering Committee, the Student Climate Team, as well as the Save Club, where she serves as the head of projects and previously was the president. Caitlin Steinwand. Caitlin is a member of the NHS Jazz Band, Honors Wind Ensemble, and Honors Choir. She is also a member of the bowling team, robotics team, and she is an assistant drum major for the marching band. She volunteers as an assistant religious education teacher and for the Andover Recreation Committee. Morgan Dangerfield. Morgan is a brown belt in karate and the treasurer of the Art Club, Art National Honor Society, and Save Club. She is one of the managers of the mock trial team and is a member of the steering committee as a part of peer leaders. She is a member of the Academic Bowl and Science League. She was also recently inducted into the Spanish National Honor Society. She has volunteered many hours with Fairview Lake YMCA camps, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Light the Candle. Last year, she was selected as one of the Newton High School's delegates for the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Summit at Drew University. Alexis Storch. Alexis is the secretary of the Student Council, editor of the yearbook, secretary of the class of 2027, and a peer leader. She has volunteered for Pass It Along and is an active member of Service Corps. Ethan is the treasurer of the Newton FFA chapter, the president of Save Club, a peer leader, a National Technical Honor Society member, and a former FBLA member. He also plays soccer, basketball, and baseball for Newton High School. He has volunteered many hours helping to park cars at the state fair, work for community farms, and clean up local roads and parks. Piper Torella. Piper is an active member of the cross-country team, along with the track and field team. She is a part of the Save Club, Healthcare Club, and peer leaders. She has volunteered many hours at a local animal shelter, along with helping to do Andover Township cleanups. Anna Javier Archega. Anna is a member of FBLA, class vice president, secretary for the Save Club, and PR manager for Student Council. In addition, she is in Science League, peer leaders, mock trial, yearbook, art club, honors choir, wind ensemble, and Hope Squad. She is the secretary for the Art Honor Society, historian for the National Technical Honor Society, and a member of the French National Honor Society. She volunteers at Pass It Along as an ambassador and also at church and at Halstead Middle School. Chase Vince-cruz. Chase is a member of the varsity soccer team, varsity track, FFA, SAVE, and Peer Leaders. He is an Eagle Scout where he has put countless hours into service projects for his community. His 11 years in martial arts earned him a black belt in Ishinryu Karate. He also plays club soccer at the national and regional level with STA Mount Olive and is currently in the Elite Club Regional League. Matthew Alberto. Matthew is a member of the basketball team, cross-country team, and track and field team. He is also a member of Peer Leaders and French National Honor Society. As a member of FBLA, he serves as both the webmaster and the project manager. Nicholas Woltak. Nick is an active member of numerous clubs at Newton High School, including Mock Trial as an Attorney, SAVE, Peer Leaders Steering Committee, Pass It Along, and Science League. He is the co-founder and co-president of Light the Candle and also participates in Health Clerk Club, FBLA, French Club, and Hope Squad. Nick is a member of the French National Honor Society and holds many roles outside of school, including volunteering regularly within his community. Ava is the Vice President of the Art Club, Head of Fundraising in the SAVE Club, member of the Science League, member of Light the Candle, member of the Art Honor Society, and a member of the Spanish National Honor Society. She has volunteered with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Northern New Jersey, Brave Fest, Back to School Night, and other school-associated events. Aiden Wortman. Aiden is the president of the senior class and is involved in many musical activities. He is in the NHS Honors Choir, Honors Wind Ensemble, Jazz Band A, Jazz Band B, Marching Band, and Pit Orchestra. He is involved in 2 extra ensembles at school and plays clarinet, guitar, saxophone, percussion, and more. He has volunteered to be lead technician of the What's New in podcast with Dr. Picarillo and represent Newton High School at American Legion Jersey Boys State. Please join me in welcoming this impressive group of students. To begin our ceremony, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We are meeting here this evening to give special recognition to these students who have been selected by the Faculty Council for membership in our chapter of the National Honor Society, the highest honor that can be awarded to students in the school. Were it not for the selfless devotion of our families, teachers, and all who have helped, inspired, and encouraged us along the way, we would not be here tonight. As we begin this ceremony, we would like to take a moment to thank you all for what you have done for us. We would now like to recognize the current members of the National Honor Society. Please join me in congratulating these students on their accomplishments, and please hold your applause. Evangeline Berry, Taylor Benson, Jack Boffa, Tyler Casper, Isabella DeLeon, Sean Dietz, Matthew Ellsworth, Christabella Hannon, Sinead Carrick, Nicholas Kuroko, Howell Majikowski, Allison Mafia, Zoe Mills, Caitlin Neal, Madeline Nolan, Riley Poff, Devlin Schmid, Sarah Steinmund, Emma Trout, Jacqueline Vina, Olivia Youngs, and Jordan Young. Please be seated. Each year, the senior members of the National Honor Society select a special staff member to speak at the induction ceremony. This year, we have selected one of our favorite teachers, Miss Julie Clausen. Many of our students are familiar with Miss Clausen through her work in the English department. To show our gratitude, we have selected her as this year's National Honor Society induction guest speaker. Without further ado, please help me welcome Julie Clausen.
Because I brought my own notebook with my own notes. And of course, do you know what I want to start with? A deep breath. That's right, I want to start with a deep breath. Do it with me, people. Okay, awesome. I am so happy to be here to get to celebrate And I love a ceremony, I love a gathering, I love being with people and taking a moment to think about why we're here and what we did to get here, and even more importantly, what we're going to do moving forward. And I really want us to think about, though, because right, no one could argue that this is not a great success, right? That you have been inducted or you're getting inducted into National Honor Society for all that you've done, and that's wonderful. And today, though, I really want to talk about how I see a difference between success and real, honest fulfillment and satisfaction and pride in yourself and in your work. So there's two things that I think are really important when we think about how we get to that great satisfaction. And the first one is a mindset that I'm kind of a fan of. Say it with me. Thank you, a growth mindset. And I'm going to tell you, the second one is connection. So first I want to talk about growth mindset. For the two of you that I haven't had in class, and for those of you out in the audience, if you don't know, a growth mindset is the idea that our skills, our abilities, are not fixed in any way. That we can work hard to change and grow and develop any part of ourselves if we put in the time, the effort, if we are willing to fail, if we're willing to stumble. The opposite is a fixed mindset, in which you believe that you are who you are, your abilities are what they are, there's nothing to be done about it. And I bring it up especially to this group of very high-achieving people because I see myself in you, right? I was you. I did it all in high school. I was involved, and I got the grades, and I had all of this success, right? But a real big piece of that for me was that I leaned into where I found that success, right? Like, I pursued things that I knew I was going to be good at. I took the classes and in the subjects that came more naturally to me. I avoided the subjects that I may have struggled and, God forbid, failed. I couldn't handle that. It gets me, though, a lot of success. You know, I'm up on stages, and then I'm at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, and I'm having great success there because guess what I've done? I've doubled down. I'm only pursuing things that I know I'm going to have that same success because I like how it feels, right? We like how it feels to be successful, and we don't like how it feels to struggle, to stumble, to fall. So fast forward, though, I get my first teaching job, which I'm at Glenridge High School. It's like the top high school in the state. I'm feeling real good. All that success is paying off. But now I'm the teacher, and I have this goal of creating students who are risk takers, and creating students who aren't afraid to fail, and creating students who are like ready to try something new. And I'm thinking to myself, I am such a hypocrite. Like, I didn't do that. I was so afraid to fail. So what do? I quit my job. Much to my father's chagrin. He was like, what are you doing? But I quit my job because I decide I really have to do this. If I'm going to practice, I need to practice what I preach. So I decide that I'm going to spend this year traveling and doing volunteer work and putting myself in as many situations as I can where I feel like I am on not steady ground, where I'm going to actually have to grow and change. So I'm traveling abroad, I'm by myself in foreign countries. I remember when my plane was landing in Costa Rica, that was my first stop, and the plane is coming down, and I land on the tarmac, and I think to myself, what have I done? I was so scared. I didn't know how I was supposed to get to the hotel and the place and all of it. And so, though, I figure it out, right? I start problem solving. I start feeling, for the first time, myself actually growing and changing in ways that are meaningful. Because I start to realize over the course of this year that I can handle being uncomfortable. I can handle situations in which I'm unsure. I can handle being in unfamiliar places because I've got this skill set that I'm building. And that felt really different than the successes that I'd had before. It felt really different to be leaning into what was hard, leaning into what was unfamiliar, and finding a real satisfaction and joy and fulfillment in the work that I was doing there. And when I came back to my teaching world, which I was so excited to be back in, I felt like I could actually let that spill over into who I was as a teacher, who I was trying to be for my students, and how I was growing in that profession. So that's the growth mindset piece, right? The more we only gear ourselves to success instead of real growth and learning, I just don't think you're gonna find that real fulfillment until you embrace what feels hard, embrace what feels uncomfortable. Is this connection piece? So I've been thinking a lot lately about how much we're being sold lately this idea of everything that's done faster, quicker, that we can find these shortcuts, that's the better way to go, right? So AI is taking over our world, and part of what the companies that create AI are telling us is that why not save your time? Let this other tool do the work for you, right? Let this other device help save you all this time, and we'll cut to the end, and we'll cut out all the middle. The other thing I feel like it's really pushing you to do is not collaborate with other people, right? Like, have your conversation with ChatGPT and see what the robots tell you to do, instead of talking to the people around you, right? So one of the big things that I feel like I've learned in the growth mindset world and everything is that things take time. Things of value take some time and effort and struggle and failure, and there's really no shortcut to that. So I really want to make this claim that satisfaction and fulfillment and pride in yourself and your work, there's no shortcuts to that. And that honestly, the best work comes out of doing work with other people, with connecting to the people around you, with building teams. And in fact, my big advice is that I think that what is going to set you apart in your next stage, whether that's finishing high school, heading off to college, your career, what's going to set you apart and make you special and make you stand out and make you different is not going to be how clever you are at using ChatGPT. It's going to be how you make the people around you feel. It's going to be how good you are at connecting to others. It's going to be, can you lead a team? Can you motivate people? Can you collaborate and problem solve? Those are going to be the things that separate you. So when you're thinking about doubling down on experiences, I think you should be leaning into what's hard and leaning into doing it with other people. Because our world has some big, complicated, layered problems that need solving, and we need people to go about that by not being afraid of what feels uncomfortable or difficult, and by knowing that the only way to do it is to do it together. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Clausen. The National Honor Society for Secondary Schools was founded in 1921 by the National Association of Secondary Schools Principals. Newman High School received its charter in 1949 and held its first induction later that year as school assembly. Since 1959, we have held a candlelit ceremony. The stated purpose of the National Honor Society is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, promote leadership, and develop good character in students of America's secondary schools. The emblem of the organization is the keystone and the flaming torch. At the base of the keystones are the letters C, S, L, and S. These letters stand for the four principles of the National Honor Society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The flaming torch is the symbol of our purpose: to bear forward the light of truth, to lead so that others may follow in the light, to keep burning an ambition for the enduring values of life, and to serve in consideration of others. Members of the National Honor Society are expected to demonstrate on a daily basis the four qualities held in high esteem by the founding organization. This year, the officers of the National Honor Society would like to share their reflections on these important attributes. I would like to introduce one of the Vice Presidents of the National Honor Society, Zoe Mills, who will be speaking on the importance of character.
Good evening, inductees, family, faculty, and friends. My name is Zoe Mills, and I'm the co-vice president of community service for our NHS chapter. As we welcome our new inductees to our Newton High School chapter of the National Honor Society, I would like to direct your attention to one of our key pillars, character. Character is often described as who we are when no one is watching. It's the quiet choices we make each day, the decision to tell the truth when a lie would be easier, to take responsibility when excuses would be simpler, and to speak up for what is right even when our voice is the only one. True character isn't built in moments of recognition, but in moments of challenge. In the National Honor Society, character is more than a requirement, it is a responsibility. It means recognizing that our actions set the tone for those around us. It means owning our mistakes, learning from them, and striving to do better. True character shows itself not in perfection, but in perseverance. Through the courage to do what is right, the humility to serve others, and the integrity to stand firm in our beliefs. As inductees, you have been entrusted in exhibiting character through your everyday actions, to lead by example. You will continue to grow and build character that strengthens your sense of self and bolsters your school and community. Our character guides all of our actions and is the true difference between action and impact. Your character is a reflection of yourself and what we as our chapter represent. Congratulations to all the inductees and supporters who have had a direct impact on our character. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Sinead Carrick, Vice President of Academic Support, who will be speaking on the importance of scholarship.
Malala Yousafzai once said, "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world." My name is Sinead Carrick, and I'm the Vice President of Academic Support. I'm honored to be speaking to you today about the pillar of scholarship. Malala has been my favorite activist ever since I read I Am Malala, her powerful and inspiring autobiography in 4th grade. The memoir follows her life in Pakistan's Swat Valley, her father's unwavering belief in her education, and her own courage as she stood against the Taliban's ban on girls' schooling. Through vivid stories, she describes her upbringing, the rising influence of extremism, her experiences blogging for the BBC, the assassination attempt that nearly ended her life, and her journey to becoming a global human rights advocate. Her story is a reminder that education is not just something we do, it is something worth fighting for. Malala continues to be a powerful voice for education, and her message defines what scholarship truly means. The pillar of scholarship is important because, at its core, it represents possibility. It is the foundation on which every discovery, invention, and breakthrough is built. You may know scholarship as the Oxford English Dictionary defines it, the serious, detailed study of an academic subject. But within the National Honor Society, it means far more than a simple 8-word definition. Scholarship is more than maintaining higher than a 3.7 GPA. It is about curiosity, growth, and responsibility. Scholarship is an attitude, a mindset that pushes you to ask questions, to explore, and to take advantage of every opportunity to learn. It is having the courage to take academic risks, even when success isn't guaranteed. Scholarship is pursuing knowledge late at night, when the work is hard, or when the answers don't come easily. In real life, scholarship looks like turning mistakes into motivation, staying disciplined, and spreading the love of learning by helping others grow. Scholarship also shapes today's leaders. It teaches perseverance, humility, and the understanding that learning never truly ends. Michelle Obama once said, "Empower yourselves with a good education, then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise." People who value scholarship become thoughtful, dependable leaders because they recognize that preparation, awareness, and critical thinking are essential to making a difference. Ever since reading I Am Malala, I have understood the value of scholarship and the necessity of pursuing knowledge. Today, I strive to seek a deeper understanding of the world around me and to go beyond what is expected, just as all the students being inducted today have done. Each of you has shown that scholarship is not just a requirement, but a priority in your life. To all the new inductees, scholarship is more than a pillar and more than a line on a certificate. It is a journey. Never lose your passion for learning, even when the path becomes challenging. National Honor Society recognizes not only what you've already achieved, but the extraordinary potential of what you can accomplish next. Thank you for having me here tonight, and congratulations to the new inductees. Next, please welcome Taylor Benson, who will be speaking on leadership.
Hello, my name is Taylor Benson, and I'm the Co-Vice President of Community Service, and I will be speaking to you today about what being a leader means. John Quincy Adams once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." As someone who has had the privilege of serving as a field hockey captain and a leader within our school community, this quote has always resonated with me. It reminds us that leadership is not about titles, but it is about impact. On the field, I learned that leadership is about setting a tone. It's staying composed when the pressure rises, encouraging teammates when momentum shifts, and showing through effort and attitude what it means to commit fully. Serving as a captain has taught me that leadership is much more than giving direction. It's showing resilience after a tough loss and celebrating small victories that others might overlook. Some of the most meaningful moments have been when I wasn't speaking at all, but instead just showing through effort, attitude, and consistency what I think everybody should embody. In school, leadership has looked a little different, but the meaning stays the same. It's volunteering to help a classmate who's struggling, welcoming new students, and contributing positively to the environment around us. I've learned that leadership is not defined by a title, it's defined by the impact we leave behind. And that's why leadership is so important. It strengthens teams, lifts individuals, and creates a culture where people feel supported, motivated, and capable. When we lead with character and intention, we invite others to rise with us. As you join the National Honor Society, you accept the responsibility to continue growing as leaders, both in the roles we hold and the quiet moments no one sees. We are called to lead with integrity, humility, and purpose. Congratulations, I look forward to seeing you all continue to be leaders in everything you do. I would now like to introduce Tyler Casper, who will be speaking about service.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to be here speaking about a topic that has been a constant in my life. One of the 4 pillars of National Honor Society, and one of the most important and consistent in our membership, is service. As the Vice President of Communications, one of my roles is to keep up a bulletin board, which showcases not only the service that our chapter has contributed to our town, but also provide details about service opportunities for non-members within our school community. Service is especially important for our society, as it serves as the foundation for 2 other pillars, being character and leadership. Being able to serve others is being able to put our community above ourselves, and that proves that there is still good in our world. I look around to see the students behind me who have all proven this point further. They are diligent, kind, smart, and enthusiastic about things bigger than themselves. They have been chosen for this high honor not just because they aced tests or joined clubs, but because they have shown their dedication to the betterment of our community and our world. Again, I am honored to be here tonight representing our chapter, and I cannot wait to see what this group can accomplish. Thank you, and congratulations to all of the inductees.
Mr. Deep, the students who stand here have heard the aims and objectives of the National Honor Society. In addition to achieving the required scholastic average, they have shown themselves to be young people of good character. They demonstrate positive leadership, and they have selflessly served both their community and their school. The Faculty Council of Newton High School has affirmed its high regard for these students by selecting them for this distinction. As president of the Newton High School chapter of the National Honor Society, I present them to you. They are ready to be received into membership.
I am privileged to welcome you into the National Honor Society. Take your certificate and display it proudly, because it signifies that you are the keystone of the school and that you carry the light of knowledge.
Ava Agahawa.
Matthew Alberto. Anna Javier Archiga. Ethan Hyduk Dale. Morgan Dangerfield. Meadow D'Annabelle. Sarah DeBrew. Samantha Descharm. Giddel Friedman. Bella Guzzo. Addison Harden. Simon Henry. Alexander Johnson. Haley Lest. Madison Martell. Patrick McCauley. Edward Muldoon. Brianna Murray. Shrey Patel. Anthony Quaglio. Caitlin Steinwand. Alexis Storch. Piper Torella. Chase Vince-cruz. Nicholas Wotak. Aiden Wortman. At this time, I'd like to introduce Sean Deeds, who will welcome our new members.
Tonight, we recognize students that have demonstrated excellence in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These pillars are more than requirements. They are values lived out each day through hard work in the classroom, integrity in decision-making, and a willingness to serve others with humility and heart. You have earned your place here through dedication and perseverance. It has been a grueling process to get to where you are now, and it is well worth it. But being a part of the National Honor Society is not the end goal, simply the next step in your journey. We urge you to keep up your efforts in order to be the best possible versions of yourselves. We are proud of what you have accomplished, and we are excited to see what you will contribute as members of this organization. May this honor inspire you to continue striving for excellence and to lead with purpose. Congratulations to each of you, and welcome to the National Honor Society. Allow me to introduce once again Mr. D, Principal of Newton High School.
Thank you, Sean. As the proud principal of Newton High School for nearly a year and a half, I've learned that at these celebrations and ceremonies, I'm usually the last to speak. And there are pros and cons to being the last to speak. A big con is that I cannot say it better than our students and staff do. Great job tonight in your messages from Emma and Taylor, Sinead, Zoe, Tyler, and Sean. And I think maybe the last person I'd want to follow ever giving a speech might be Mrs. Clausen. Well done, Mrs. Clausen. A pro, though, is that I can be brief. And I know the audience never minds a brief speech. So I will just take a couple of minutes to reiterate some of the things that were said here tonight. I'm very proud and impressed by these students that are in our National Honor Society chapter. When I look at these faces, I have a lot of thoughts. But on the promise of being brief, I'll share the one that comes to my mind first, which is I see them and I see all that they do at Newton High School. And that's what's so impressive to me. They're here, they qualified originally for their scholarship, for their performance in the classroom. On top of the demanding and rigorous classes they take, they're athletes, their musicians, performers, their student government, their ag, FBLA, robotics, yearbook. I'm missing a lot of things, I'm sure, because you do a lot of stuff. And on top of all the time and dedication that it takes to be a top-tier student and to participate in these highly successful programs we have here at Newton High School, they demonstrate strong character, they serve and volunteer, and they lead. And that is what makes me such a proud principal at Newton High School. This cannot be done by you students alone. I do have to also show my appreciation and thank the families and loved ones that support you and take you all over the places you need to be. And I also want to say thank you to the great staff here at Newton High School and the other schools you've attended that have taught you so much in the classroom. I do have a challenge for you as the principal of Newton High School. You've worked hard to achieve and be here this evening. You're a part of a prestigious national organization, and you get to put that on your resume and your applications. But to me, the work does not stop here. And out of all the pillars, in my experience, the leadership pillar is the one that's the least developed at this point by our young students. And that's to no fault of your own. You've led and you've earned your accolades in leadership. But as you grow older, juniors and seniors in high school and beyond, your chances to lead will increase, and your ability to do so successfully will increase as well. So my challenge to you is to make this great school of ours even better in this next year or 2 years that you have in Newton High School. Lead by connecting with people. This is awesome. Lead so that we can all have a growth mindset here at Newton High School and continue to take our school to new heights. Looking at you, I know you're up for this challenge, and I look forward to watching it happen. Congratulations on your induction to National Honor Society.
Candidates, we will now conclude this installation ceremony with the lighting of the candles. The symbolism of the flaming torch reminds us that the light of wisdom dispels ignorance. You students, both current members and inductees, are the bearers of that light. Use it to seek truth, and then pass on the torch to a world that will be brighter because you have lived in it and improved it. Inductees and members, please rise. Officers, please begin the ceremonial lighting of the candles. Inductees, please join me in the pledge, thereby affirming you to your commitment to the high ideals we have expressed here this evening. Please repeat after me the pledge of the Newton High School chapter of the National Honor Society. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true. To the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And will maintain. And encourage. High standards. Of scholarship. Service. Leadership. And character. As we conclude the installation ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all again for joining us this evening, and extend our thanks to pianist Juliana Vince-cruz and our light and sound technician Sarah Steinwand. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in once more congratulating the fine students on their induction into the National Honor Society.